This week, the Galley is brought to you by Dan Hernandez Dipping Sauces and Fish Batters. Look for them in your local supermarkets. Standing next to me is Ron. He's a head chef here at the Canadian Princess. We're up here in Canada. And Ron, I know you have the freshest fish possible up here.
Caught in the morning, cooked in the evening.
Right.
That's it.
So we're having a great time up here fishing for halibut and salmon. So you can do a salmon dish for us today?
Okay, a very simple salmon dish.
Okay.
All the fish is so fresh and so tasty that you really don't have to do much with the fish. What we do in the kitchens down below is we actually take the fish in the morning, we get it from the producers, the commercial fishermen, and what we do is exactly what you would be doing at home, doing it on a grill outside now, but in the kitchen or in the galley, what we call it, we'd be doing it on a charbroiler.
Okay, so how do we get started?
Okay, easy. All I'm going to do is actually just start by buttering the fish a little bit with a garlic butter and a little bit of salt and pepper. And then just taking that, it's just like if you would have caught bought a piece of fish or caught a piece of fish after it's been filleted. That's sort of the style of seafood that we use. Rather than a steak, we like to have the fillets.
A little fillet of fish.
Okay.
This is a king salmon that was caught locally up here
So
in these waters.
it doesn't take very long, probably 4 or 5 minutes until it's actually done inside. What'll happen with it inside is it'll just kind of the albumin in the fish, it'll turn from this kind of clear looking color to more of a pink color, and that's what you want is sort of in the center.
So tell us a little bit about the restaurant here at the Canadian Princess.
We run a dining room as well as a bar and pub. In the dining room, it's a full menu. Again, really simply done. We don't have a lot of top heat. It's a boat, and so therefore we have to use electricity on everything. All the fish is more or less baked or charbroiled, either one way or the other. We have a few steaks. We do also live crab on a daily basis, which is also caught out in the waters here.
Locally.
And yeah, locally, and supplied by this one fisherman who supplies us with that.
Cool.
Busy place.
This has got a beautiful background here. This is a gorgeous location.
And now that it's flipped over, what I would do is I would, actually I've got a mint pesto, which is, we've made this pesto. And it's you know, as a regular pesto, garlic, mint instead of the basil, and pine nuts, Parmesan cheese. So just for the flavor, salmon has a really, I'd say mild and at the same time an extremely distinct flavor.
Right.
And so you can play with the flavors a little bit. So pesto is actually quite strong, but in this case it'll work with the fish because of the height of the flavor of the fish itself. So this is
while it's cooking?
Yeah, while it's cooking.
Okay.
And downstairs, in the galley when we're cooking for the restaurant, what I would do is actually I'd put the piece of salmon in the oven and then have the pesto on top, and it's sort of just melting into the salmon. And then at the time of service, it's right ready for the guest to eat.
You just kind of cook the whole inside?
And you just cook it inside, about 4 or 5 minutes. What I'll do is I'll now close it and kind of marinate it in the heat, let it sort of cook together.
And when you close the hood like that, it kind of turns it into an oven now?
Yeah, it's in the oven at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's really what we do downstairs. We take it off the broiler and then we transfer it to the oven until the plate is ready to go out to the guest. So after being in there for about 5 minutes, the salmon is done. And as you can see, it's roasted on top. Looks beautiful. Oops.
That looks delicious.
That's great.
It's this very simple dish. It's got the salmon, and what was the sauce you put on top?
It's a mint pesto sauce.
And then the garlic butter.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Very moist, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a fish that totally retains its moisture and flavor through everything.
And the the sauce on top really adds the flavor to the fish.
Okay, yeah.
Does a great job. Well,
Right
thank you
on.
very much. Beautiful presentation. Thanks, Ron.
Right on. Thank you.
Remember to come over to the Canadian Princess. Yeah, great restaurant here. This is where we're fishing out of. We'll be running the number at the end of the show. So come visit Ron over here at the restaurant. Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.